Today we're going to be shopping some of my favourite brands. Dôen and Christy Dawn released their summer collections on the same day, which was not good for my bank balance, although I haven't bought anything yet, but I wanted to wait and scroll the collections with you because I have had a little bit of a sneak peek, I'm not going to lie, and I have to say, I have seen a few bits, especially from Christy Dawn, that I'm interested in, but I wanted to shop together. So that's what we're going to do today, a very casual video. I'm going to check out the Dôen Summer Part 1 collection, the Christy Dawn collection, and then we may do a couple of other bits. I know that Hill House just released a swim holiday collection, which I am going on holiday in just under a month, so I may have a look at that as well. And then maybe I'll show you a couple of bits from random brands that are on my wish list if we have time. So, okay, it's not huge, I have to be honest, and a few of the things I saw were not released yet. I hate when brands do this, where they release the summer collection or the collection and then half the pieces are coming soon. What's the point? But anyway, starting off, we have a couple of white dresses. We've got a white mini dress and a white sort of maxi dress. Very pretty. We have some yellow pieces. I'm still looking to add something yellow to my wardrobe, but not this shade of yellow. I'm thinking more of like a butter yellow. I know it's trendy, but I do really like it. Like a pale yellow, probably for a bottom half piece, probably a skirt. But this is like a nice yellow if you have maybe a darker skin tone, something like that. These are some capri pants in gingham, very retro. I like the Berlin dress. This was the first item that I did like. Comes in black gingham and it also comes in red. The red is very cute. I really like the neckline. I love how kind of cutesy, again slightly retro it feels with the red gingham. And the little bows, it's got 3 little bows down the centre. This is very pretty. This is, oh, I was going to say this is 100% cotton, but it's not. This is 65% recycled polyester. Okay, we won't be buying that. $328, 35% cotton, 65% recycled polyester. I was not expecting that. I'm kind of shocked. Okay, well, ignore me. I'm not going to be buying that one. I was just presuming because of Dôen and the price point that would be cotton. That's kind of surprised me anyway. And then we've got some shorts styled with a few other pieces as well, more gingham pieces. I mean, I like this gingham, but I presume it's all poly cotton, so I'm not going to be getting that one. I love the nearer top. This is one of the pieces that's coming soon. Let me see what the composition, okay, this is 100% cotton, thank God, because I do really want to buy this one when it does finally release. This is very sweet. I love the embroidered detail mixed with the black and white gingham. I think it's very cute. I like the length. I'm really looking for like shorter tops at the moment to pair with my skirts, and mostly my skirts, because I've not really been wearing a lot of jeans or trousers lately. I've just been much preferring skirts, but I find because the skirts are kind of high-waisted and they're mostly midi or maxi length, I want something that's a little bit cropped and a little bit smaller on top just to balance the excess material on the bottom. And I really think this could be a good option. I really like everything about it. The little puff sleeve, as I said, the embroidery is very pretty, and the gingham is always a classic, I think, from Dôen. So that one I do like, but it's coming soon, so I can't buy it yet, which is actually really annoying. Let me go back. We have some crochet pieces. I feel like Dôen always does these. This crochet cardigan is very pretty. This little crochet top, it's okay. I don't think it's $200 nice, but it's okay. It also comes in yellow. Again, not the exact shade of yellow I'm looking for, to be honest, but I'm sure it would suit some people. This Emiliana dress, this is very pretty. I mean, like a lot of Dôen pieces, it's incredibly sheer. It's just not really practical to wear, but it does look very beautiful in the lookbook. And we have another yellow piece. We have some swimwear, which I do like. I like this one piece, actually. I'm not spending $300 on a swimsuit, but if I was, I do like that one. I think it's nice. I also really like the Serafina. Now, this one wouldn't suit me in this. This is like a butter yellow. It wouldn't suit me colour-wise. If this came in like a red, or probably a red, I'm envisaging this, a bright red. I love the detail around the neck. I think that's so pretty. And that's detachable as well, which is quite nice. So you could wear it as more of a plainer swimsuit if you wanted. I love a halter neck. I think halter neck is so nice and pretty. I really like this. I just wish it wasn't in this colour, because this would just wash me out, especially as a swimsuit. However, if you have a skin tone like hers, I mean, I know it's $338, but if you've got the money to spend, I do think it's very pretty. I really like this dress as well, the Valerine dress. Again, another coming soon piece, which is really annoying, but I think that one's really pretty. It also comes in this kind of, again, halter style and a skirt. Those are all coming soon. We have another version of the Marcy skirt. This they brought out in a yellow floral for spring, and now they have it in this white and red floral. This looks really sheer, although they're saying it's mostly opaque. But I don't believe them because it looks sheer in the pictures. So I probably wouldn't buy this one. I actually tend to prefer, I don't tend to love Dôen skirts. I have tried the Sebastian skirt and I found that it was just, the fit was a little bit off. It was very tight in the waist, a little bit short. I much prefer the Christy Dawn skirts, or just like cheaper ones like from Nobody's Child. I just got a really good red skirt from Mango that was like £40. So I tend to go to less expensive brands for skirts like that, especially if they're cotton, because they're relatively easy to find. Like a cotton midi maxi skirt, as I said, you can find it in Mango for £40. So I don't really feel like the Dôen ones are worth it. And especially because the fit I've always found is a little bit off. I do quite like the Traveller top. I think that's quite pretty in that white, red and blue floral. Moving down, we have this little gingham. Oh no, those are the shorts. Some like micro shorts with this gingham peplum top. Again, in black, the shorts as well. We have some crochet pieces. I'm not dropping $500 on these tiny little crochet tops or shorts, but they are pretty. And I do appreciate that crochet is, you know, it's an expensive kind of thing to make. It is handmade, it has to be handmade, and so I do, you know, at least when you see crochet that is expensive, yes, it's unobtainable, yes, it's really expensive, but at least, you know, people are hopefully getting paid fairly for the level of craftsmanship that's required. So I don't really complain about the price points, but definitely not for me. I do quite like this little set, but again, it looks very sheer, especially the skirt. I just find that Dôen clothes are just, they're not very practical unless you live on the beach, unless you are constantly on vacation, which, you know, I wish I was. But again, even this dress here, the Angeline dress in the yellow, it's completely see-through. So I won't be buying that one. And also this, look, the Allura skirt, see-through. I quite like the Sylvie top. This one is pretty. This one feels very cottagecore. The pattern is Cottage Grove. I like the puff sleeve. It doesn't look too sheer. It's a top, so I feel like you can get away with it. It's just the bottom half pieces that are tricky. But I do like that, but it doesn't feel special enough for $200 to me. I'll be honest, this collection was a little bit of a letdown for me. I feel like all of the pieces just aren't very wearable. I understand it is a summer collection, so they are kind of gearing this collection to more like vacation and beachy looks, as Dôen does that a lot anyway. But I would have liked a few more pieces that were just wearable. And yeah, not like so sheer that you can only wear them on a beach, because realistically I'm not spending Dôen levels of money on those items. So I don't know. This black top, this is quite pretty, the Fidela top. This one, yeah, I quite like that with the little ruffles. Again, I do feel like you can get something like this somewhere else. I have to admit, like with Dôen price points, it has to be a very, very nice, or it has to be in the Dôen sale for me to buy it. I also like the Quilla dress, which is also coming soon. It kind of reminds me of the Quinn dress, but it doesn't have the sleeves. Yeah, the Quinn dress has like a very small cap puff sleeve. This one is just strappy, which actually I kind of prefer. I like a strappy dress because you can wear it in the summer on its own, but you can also layer a cardigan over it a little bit more easily than if you have a puff sleeve dress. Sometimes when you have a puff sleeve dress and you want to put like a jacket or a cardigan over it, it can feel a little bulky, whereas when you have these little straps, it's easy to layer. So I do quite like that one. Some more very expensive crochet pieces. Yeah, not for me. These are kind of basics and not pieces I would buy at Dôen, like just a striped top. I mean, this is nice. I love the neckline, that square neckline. But something like this, $160 for a striped t-shirt, I'm not buying that. Also the bags, I just feel like these, if you like these bags, these are $278. Look on Rouge, they have a bag very similar to this for definitely less than that. I think it's like £150, which is still expensive, but it's obviously like half the price of this Dôen one. Okay, that is it. That is the whole summer collection. So there's nothing really there that I want to buy. I have to admit, I'm still eyeing up the Angela top. This top I really loved from, I think it was like part 3 of the spring collection. It was the last collection to release. And I know this is so impractical looking at it, but there's something about this top that it's on my wish list. I have like a running wish list on my Shop My. I will leave it linked down below if you're interested, but this is still on there. Even though it's polyester, even though it's $260, I just love it. I think it's so beautiful, and I feel like it's almost intentionally sheer, so you can kind of get away with it with something underneath. This over a bikini or something, like, and a skirt on holiday would look so nice, but I'm not going to buy it, but I do just keep staring at it regularly because it is so pretty. Okay, let's move on to Christy Dawn now. I think we're going to have a little bit more luck with Christy Dawn because I know I've done a little sneak peek and I've seen a couple of prints, a couple of silhouettes that I'm very interested in. So let's get started. This is their summer collection, part 1. And immediately I like everything. It just feels a lot more wearable than Dôen, a lot more practical. One thing I love about Christy Dawn is because most of the dresses are cotton, you can wear them for any occasion. Like, they are so pretty that you can definitely dress them up, but also you can just wear them day to day with trainers, with flats, with sandals, with flip-flops, anything, because they're just cotton dresses. So it's something that I know they're really expensive for just cotton, but I actually love that about them because I don't have to save them for a special occasion. Sometimes I find that beautiful dresses that are expensive are absolutely stunning, but they're only really wearable for occasions, weddings, parties, very fancy events, maybe a couple of times a year, and therefore they're not really worth spending the money on. But at least with a Christy Dawn dress, I wear mine like multiple times a week. I have some that I wear I think it's the Madeline dress. No, it's the Madison dress, I think. I wear it like 3 times a week at the moment. I love it. So I definitely get the cost per wear down. Anyway, first one I'm seeing is the blueberry print. This is a new print for them. I absolutely love the print of this. I think blueberries, it's so unique. It's another thing that I really love about Christy Dawn because you can find a generic floral print, like a ditzy floral, anywhere. You can go to H&M and find a ditzy floral. You can go to Dôen and find a ditzy floral. But with Christy Dawn, you always get these really unique prints that you won't see anywhere else. And I really appreciate that. And the blueberry print is definitely one of them. I think it's so sweet. It's very subtle. From a distance, it just looks like a polka dot or a floral, but you get up close and it's a blueberry, which I think is really nice. I also love that they always have these very small details, like the ribbon. It isn't just like a plain white ribbon or a plain green ribbon. It's this very subtle gingham. Same with the trim along the end, the hem. It's also in this like green and white gingham. I really like this one. I think this is a new silhouette. This is called the Coralia dress in the blueberry. I actually think I prefer the other blueberry dress, which we'll get to in a second, but I do really like this one as an option. The second dress I'm seeing is the Madeline dress. This is one of my favourites. I have this dress in 2 colours. I have it in the black floral one and I have it in the red, and it's one of my favourite Christy Dawn dresses. It's so pretty, it's so comfortable, it's very flattering. So they've brought it out in the pearl. I'm not going to get this one because I already have 2, and I do find, to be honest, that the pearl shade from Christy Dawn is not the most flattering on me because it does lean it's definitely not white and it's not even ecru. It's almost like an antique-y white. It has like a little bit of a dinginess to it, which I think looks really nice on certain people, but is not the best for me. So I'm not going to get this one, but I do absolutely love the silhouette of the Madeline dress. And yeah, if it was a brighter white, I would definitely buy it. But again, I've already got it in 2 colours. I don't need a third. I need to stop somewhere. I really like the Antara dress as well. So this one is the one that also comes in the blueberry print, but I also really like this red one. I've actually really been getting into red this year. I think this is the first year that I've embraced red. I know red was super popular last year, but I feel like the trend or like the popularity of red has still gone on. It's carried on into 2025 and I'm really liking it. I'm really thinking that I do actually suit red. And I know that. Subjectively, I know red suits everyone, but there was something about how bright and kind of bold red was that always intimidated me. But as I said, I've got a red skirt now and I have a red dress. I have the Madeline dress in red from Christy Dawn and I'm really liking the brightness, the vibrancy of the colour. So I do really like the Cherry Daisy print. This says it's inspired by a 1970s Gunsax dress. Iconic. And yeah, it's very pretty. Again, I love the details. I love that the bodice bit is a very subtle polka dot rather than just being plain or in the same floral. And then you've got like a really interesting trim along the bottom, which is almost like a pink and white floral, which is contrasting with the rest of the dress. I love pink and red together. One of my favorite color combos. If you want like a statement outfit, a statement color combo, I love pink and red. So this one I'm definitely interested in. Again, it has the strap, so it's nice to layer with cardigans or with like a denim jacket like this one. I think I might try this one. I think if you want to try on, by the way, let me know. But I think this one I'm going to be trying. So I always get a medium in Christy Dawn dresses. I found that the medium fits me really well. So I'm definitely going to try the red one. And then the blueberry one, I'm also kind of tempted by. I definitely don't need both, but I kind of want to order both and see which one I prefer, or should I just go for the red? This one is definitely more subtle. I mean, I do love the blueberry print, but maybe I could wait and see if they bring out anything else later on in the year, in the season, in the blueberry print, because they do often do that. So maybe I will hold out on the blueberries for now. What else have we got? We have this dress. This is a new silhouette from them, I think. This is oversized, voluminous tunic. Yeah, this looks really nice for like a cover up or something where you're at home and you just want something that is like completely loose, flowy. I really like it. I wouldn't buy it because it's just so expensive for something that I'm only going to wear as like a cover up or when I'm at home. I mean, not that you couldn't wear this out. I think it would look really nice, but me personally, I would probably gravitate towards wearing this at home the most, and it's just a little bit expensive for only wearing at home, but it is very pretty. Okay, scrolling on, we have this separate set. So it's a skirt and top. I really like this. I really like the top. I don't love the pearl colour, as I said, but I'm willing to maybe look past that if it's just a top or just a skirt. I do have the perla skirt in the pearl colour, and I really like it because it's just one half and it's not a full dress. It's not too overwhelming, even though I don't love the colour. I don't love how dingy it is. It's not dingy, but it's like antique-y. But yeah, I feel like if it's just in the skirt or just in the top, it's okay. And I really like the top. The skirt is too similar really to the perla skirt, so I wouldn't get it. But if you don't have the perla skirt and you prefer this one's a little bit more, I'm not going to say subtle. It's still got that antique-y Victorian feel, but it's slightly less Victorian than the perla was with the ribbons and the tiers on that one. I love the top. I think this top would go so well with all of my skirts, with a pair of linen trousers. It would be quite versatile. I love the like elbow length sleeve on it. I really like that. I don't like sleeves. Sometimes I find like puff sleeves, they're okay, but I have a lot of them in my wardrobe. I don't really want long sleeves in the summer. I don't always want no sleeves. Sometimes I want a little bit of coverage. So this is perfect. It's a little bit different to anything else I own, but it's not too long, not too short. So the top I think I'm gonna get. I think I'm going to get that in the medium because I don't want it to be too tight but too loose. I want it to have that cropped effect, so it kind of sits at my waist, so it matches with the skirt and isn't too long. I'm finding a lot of the tops I own at the moment are just a little bit too long to wear with midi and maxi skirts, unless you tuck them in, but I'm feeling like that looks sometimes a little bit dated. Even though I'm always going to like tucking my tops into my bottoms, sometimes I do look at it and I think, wow, this looks very millennial. Not that that's a bad thing, but sometimes I want to, switch things up. So I like that this is naturally cropped. So I'm going to add the medium to my basket with that one. Okay, I think those might be the pieces. I mean, this print, I can't decide if I like this print or not, this floral. Let me just find it. So it comes in 2 different silhouettes. We've got the Cordelia dress and the Nile dress. I really do like the Cordelia dress, the silhouette of this one. I very almost bought this in the green, this one here. But I found I was like, this is probably going to wash me out a little bit. It's not high contrast, it's very pale, and it probably won't look great on me. Whereas this one obviously is high contrast, it's darker, which I do tend to find suits me better. But I don't think I need it. And also, I don't always love a cap sleeve like this. Sometimes I find that I want a sleeve a little bit longer than this. I either want something strappy with no sleeve, or I want a sleeve that comes to at least halfway down my arm. Sometimes I find these very small cap sleeves can feel a little bit, I don't know, I don't want to say frumpy, but a little bit frumpy. So I think I'm going to pass on this one, but it is very pretty. We have the Dôen dress in the blueberry dot as well. We have, as I said, the Nile dress, which is the other version of this Cosmos floral. I don't love this one. There's something about this one that just feels a little bit off to me. I don't know what it is, because I do like the print on the other dress, but there's something about this. I don't know if it's that the print is kind of different on the sides of the bodice to the skirt. I don't know what it is. I just don't love it. So that one is a skip from me. This linen dress is cute, but like £300 for a mini linen dress is just too expensive for me. The Fernanda dress is okay. It doesn't blow me away. I have to say, I do really like some of the simple dresses from Christy Dawn. I just recently bought I can't remember what it's called, but this one. Love it. It is so beautiful, so comfortable. Again, like I said at the beginning, so easy to dress down for like casual days or dress up. And I love that one. And I love that they're a little bit more affordable to the more expensive Christy Dawn dresses. And this one is kind of similar. I do like it, but it's not my favourite. I think it's a skip from me. It's just a little bit too... I like the simpleness of the first one, but it's got a beautiful silhouette and cut with the corset detail. Whereas this one feels a little bit more plain, although it does have that back detail, but yeah. You've got a boxer and top set. Oh, it's okay. They've got a silk dress, actually. They rarely do silk dresses. I don't find that silk dresses like this cut, where they're cut on the bias, really suit me. They always just exaggerate how wide my hips are and kind of how small my top half is in comparison. So I never really go for those, but it is pretty. That's the dress that I was talking about, the Andrea dress. Yes, I love that. I think that's mostly everything apart from like the petite. Oh, this one sold out instantly, apparently. This one didn't even get advertised on the Instagram, so I wasn't expecting it. But yeah, I always find their patchwork dresses or patchwork items just sell out like that. They're not really my cup of tea, to be honest, because they feel a little bit too cottagecore-y for me. Although I like the cut of this dress. I like that it almost looks like a waistcoat and skirt. I think that's cool because I have been enjoying that combination lately of a waistcoat, like a cropped waistcoat with a maxi skirt. So it's kind of cool that this dress is like that, but just a dress. But yeah, the patchwork prints are just a little bit too cottagecore for my liking. Okay, so I think I'm going to order... What is in my basket? I've forgotten. The pearl, the Ellen top in pearl, and the Antara dress in the cherry daisy. Maybe I'll add the blueberry one as well. I'm not sure yet, but I'll do that later. I'll check out later. Finally, I want to look at Hill House, because Hill House just released, I think this was yesterday as well, their swim collection. And I am looking for a new swimsuit, so I thought I would check them out. I don't usually spend this much money on a swimsuit, and I probably won't, but I wanted to have a look anyway. So they have this is the swimsuit, the Gianna one piece. This is actually really nice, although I don't know. I don't think a square neck like that particularly suits me. I can't remember. I'm trying to think of square necks I've tried on in the past. I feel like they never look that great on me. I feel like they look good if you're just like very narrow and small. I don't know. But this one's almost sold out anyway. This comes in 4 colours. I like which one do I like? I like that one. I think that's quite cool, although that's sold out in my size, so I can't get that one. It also comes in like a pool skirt, which is cool, but I just would never wear. A rash guard, which, oh my gosh, when they teased this on their Instagram, I was like, oh my god, I need that. It's sold out. I knew it would sell out instantly, but I have literally no need for a rash guard. Like, when I take up surfing, I can buy this, but that will be never, so yeah. And then they have these crochet dresses, which are kind of designed to be worn on vacation, but you can also wear them without the slip, just over a bikini, which I quite like. They're a little bit expensive. Again, when I go for a cover up, I go for something quite cheap, because I just find that they get a lot of wear and tear with the chlorine and you being wet sometimes when you're wearing it, and I just feel like it's never worth spending over £200 on essentially a cover up, but I do like them. I also like, is that the same swimsuit? Yeah, okay. These are some crochet pieces. These are quite cute, but probably not my colour palette. This is a little bit more my colour palette, the white and blue. I feel like white and blue always looks amazing if you're going anywhere near the sea. I also really like this swimsuit, actually. I really like a swimsuit with a low back. I like that detail. I feel like it's interesting. You have something that's quite plain and simple from the front, and then you have this interesting scoop back. This one I actually do like. I like it because it's like, it looks kind of generic from afar, but when you look up close, similar to the Christy Dawn, it's got these really pretty pink shells and starfish on it, and then this interesting vine pattern. So I like that. And it's £143. I mean, it's expensive, but it's not crazy expensive. So that's one to think about. I might add that one to my wish list and see. Also comes in a bikini, also comes in like a little top and skirt set, which is quite cute. Oh, and a long dress as well. I do quite like that. They also have this swimsuit, which I do like. I do find that sometimes I suit, well, most of the time I suit a more high contrast swimsuit because I'm pale. I find that like brighter colours, darker colours look better on me, whereas a colour like this pale would wash me out. But I do really like the cut of it. I love these like ruffle sleeves and then the square back. I think that's quite nice. I really like the little set as well. That's really cute. The little top and shorts. That would be so nice for like going down to breakfast or something on vacation. But again, I don't need to be spending £145 on shorts that do that. And then finally, while you're here, I thought I would show you a couple of my wishlist pieces that I have saved. As I said, I will link this down below because I am constantly, I mean almost daily, tweaking my wishlist. I remove things, I add things, I almost never buy anything, but I like having a running wishlist just so I remember what I actually want. Like this cardigan has been on my wishlist for months. If it ever comes back in stock in my size, I will buy it. As I said, the Angela top in Salt, this completely see-through top, is on my wish list. This Mateau dress, which is just stunning, but a little bit out of my price range. If that ever goes on sale, because a lot of Net-a-Porter stuff does eventually go on sale, then maybe I will buy that. So it's there in case it ever does. I have these flats from, where are these from? Madewell. I have these in the plain brown and they're some of my most worn shoes. I really like them and I kind of want to get a braided pair. I really want like a braided leather shoe that isn't a mesh shoe because I don't like the plastic ones, but a braided leather I can get behind. And I know that these are really comfortable. I know that the brown ones anyway are so comfortable. You don't need to break them in. And I really fancy a red shoe. A red shoe has been something on my mind, just sort of at the back of my mind for a long while now. So these kind of tick both boxes. They're braided, leather, and they're red. And I know they're comfortable. So I'm still thinking on those. This Nobody's Child dress is like just a simple, it's like a balloon sleeve tiered dress. A classic, something that I would wear a lot, but I probably don't need, which is why it's on there, but I haven't bought it. This jumper from Levan is really just so beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's 100% merino wool, but it is over £300. So that's one that is just sitting there for now as well. This dress from Dish, do I need another white dress? Probably not, but this one is so beautiful. Dish is a brand I've wanted to try for years, but they have like quite a different style to what I gravitate towards. They're sort of the polar opposite of the brands I like. They're very minimal, they're very simple, but this dress in particular with this shirred sort of drop waist and the strappy detail, really, I saw this on someone on Instagram and it just blew me away. I think the cut of it, the silhouette is beautiful, very classic. And it comes in chocolate brown as well, I think, which is really nice. These trainers are kind of ugly, but I need a new trainer and those are currently on sale. And I do have to say, I like a pop of pink on my trainers, so those are on there for now. And then the final piece on my wish list is this Rixo dress, which is also in the sale, which is why it's there. I think it's Harvey Nichols currently have like a 40% off sale going on, so check it out. I'll leave it linked down below. I think you have to be a member, like signed up on their email. But they have some really good stuff. They have Rixo, Damson Madder, some Mateau pieces. What else? Some Aloha shoes on 40% off, which is pretty good, like new season stuff as well. So yes, I had a little bit of a scroll and the only thing that I really, really might consider buying, so it's made it onto my wish list, is this Rixo dress. I love anything in this colour, like this bright fuchsia pink mixed with white. Really appeals to me and I really like the cut of this dress. I've never tried a Rixo dress before, but again, it's one of those brands that's been on my radar for years. I've seen a lot of people wearing, people who have similar style to me. I like the vintage feel of it, the retro feel of it. That is everything. That is everything on my wish list and everything in the new Dôen and Christy Dawn collections. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're buying anything from these drops. I do also know that the Dôen Gap collaboration drops in the UK tomorrow, finally, about 3 weeks, the fly, 3 weeks after it dropped in the US. I've been patiently waiting for this to be available in the UK now. I don't know why they can't just drop it on the same day. I don't really understand, but either way, I'm very excited. So I may also have to save some of my budget in case I like anything from that collection. I have already had a look, obviously, because it was available in the US. I'm definitely interested in the denim jacket with a corduroy collar, although I did just buy this denim jacket, so I probably don't need it anymore. The gingham dress, I think it's blue and white gingham dress, I really liked as well. That might be it. maybe one of the tops, like the pretty lacy tops as well. So yes, let me know if you have bought anything recently, if you are planning to buy anything from Dôen, Christy Dawn, Hill House, Cezanne, any of our favourite brands. I would love to know as always. There will be some styling videos coming. I know a few of you commented saying you really wanted a styling video rather than like a sit down video. They are coming, they just take a lot longer to film and a lot more sort of preparation and planning and energy and space, which I don't have too much of. So they are coming, just be patient. I am doing a video very soon wearing outfits that you have styled for me. If you would like to be involved, you still can be. I will leave my index app down below. You can go onto that link and you can basically have access to my wardrobe, and you have the ability to put together outfits for me using my pieces. So if you would like a chance for me to wear one of those outfits that you've styled for me in one of my upcoming videos, then go down to that link and have a play around. I would love to see the outfits that you come up with. Otherwise, I hope you're all doing really well. I will leave some videos on screen if you're not done watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video.